Okay, hi everybody, it's me, Bankai Night 22. It's Saturday, well, past Saturday, but it's time to do Hell's Paradise, Episode 3, Weakness and Strength. Am I right on that? Yeah, Weakness and Strength. So, wasting no time, I mean zero time, this anime goes right for the shit. I mean that, right for the shit. They're on the island. Um, Now, this episode's kind of weird because they're giving us exposition of what's, I think, currently happening. It's weird. It's like things are happening, but we don't know. I think it's happening as things are going on, but they didn't happen yet. Like some things are happening, and some things haven't happened yet because they're shown certain things. But we start off with Gabimaru and Sagiri, and they're walking through, and she's surprised by the island, by everything that she's seeing, and he says, you know, that it's unnatural. And we get some insight from him regarding the elder of his ninja, clan, and apparently he was stabbed, cut, his guts were spilling out, and all this other stuff with these people who were attacking him with weapons, and he was still standing. And that's how apparently Gabimaru now knows that this island probably has this elixir. Based on that, we get a small little scene of that. And I got to say this again. This animation is god tier. I shouldn't be surprised it's Mappa, but at every instance, when Mappa comes out with a show and it gives animation like this, I have to stand back and say, "Excuse me?" But she's seeing that all the stuff and everything, and this to me makes no sense. I have only really two nitpicks with this episode. Still give it a 9 out of 10, but there are two nitpicks I have. Number one, Gabimaru undoes his bindings, his rope, and she gets pissed off about it because she's not supposed to do that. And she says, "Oh, do it now, put it back on, I'm gonna kill you," and all this other crap. And he's like, "Yeah, but how am I gonna find it? How, I mean. And then on cue, this dude comes out of nowhere with a bowling mace ball, hit him right in the face when they're arguing about this. And guess what? He's not bound. Yeah, that's stupid. And that's I would say my first nitpick. How Sagiri is telling him to stick with that, while this other dude who's a criminal, who has an executioner with him, isn't doing jack about having his hands bound. Very strange, very weird, but, the problem is Sagiri herself. She's too straight-laced. And she's a little bit too, because the guy mentions to her, the executioner, which I will talk about briefly, tells her, if everyone doesn't follow the rules don't mean nothing. So, but what ends on happening is Gabimaru fights this dude. This guy is the monk. He's one of the Kiwian. Kiwian? I can't say that name for the life of me. Kiwian. He's basically a monk who has a shit ton of weapons. Kind of reminds me, I don't want to bring up One Piece here, but kind of reminds me of in One Piece during the Wano arc when Zoro was fighting this guy who's on a bridge who would always collect these weapons. Kind of similar. They have a fight. He binds him. What's funny is he allows the stipulation that Sagiri's telling him to bind his hands. He does it while this dude is hitting him with all his weapons, and the moment he hits these weapons on Gabimaru, they break, which emphasizes the number one thing: Gabimaru with no rope attached to his hands must be one of the most deadliest people in this anime, like dead ass. So here's my second problem with this episode. Gabimaru's fighting him. He's kicking all kinds of ass. It's ridiculous. He's able to dodge all the weapons that come down and pushes this pole right into Kiryu's abdomen, and then I'm not joking around here. This dude gets killed off screen. What? Like legit. I was like, really? Oh, why, Mappa? Why? Come on. Because the next scene you see these swords and spears right through this guy, and he's dead. And I'm like, huh? We don't get to see that? Mappa, please don't do this. Please tell me you at least show some kind of brutality fighting later on in the show. Regardless, that's what happens. Now, the executioner, he kind of badmouths Sagiri. His name is Kisho. He basically, I'm gonna say right now, this guy's a fucking dickhead. He's a dickhead, to be perfectly honest. He's a jackass dickhead because he insinuates infighting between Sagiri and Gabimaru. Because he states that Gabimaru's clan is going to attempt to go to the island to get the elixir. So, and he also states to Sagiri that depending on what happens, the executioner who survives this will be the head of their clan. Of course, Gabimaru kind of pushes him out of the way and stops him because he was going to attack her or something, or attack him. And he goes on his way. That fucking off-screen douchebag. But when he says this, we do see other scenes. We see this Izen guy. We see a bunch of other criminals and other executioners getting. One problem. I have no idea where this is taking place. It's supposed to be taking place as we stated, but I don't believe that's what's happening. It's sort of like a time lapse. I think some of these characters are dead now, and some are dead later on. That happens, and then Gabimaru and Sagiri fight. Now, the fight it's not messy. It's a pretty good fight. I like it. I really do. But it's clear to me that Gabimaru was influenced, obviously, by the head of the clan, because he basically killed his parents and took him in as his own and taught him the ways of killing. But once Gabimaru, met his wife, he changed. Because it's the whole premise. See, the real premise of this show really is about this character. And the premise of, his weakness, his strength. This was this episode's really about, weakness and strength. And he believes he's weak, but he's not. At least from other characters. And you even see like an image of when he's about to try to kill Sagiri, and you see the guy who took him in, like his hands on his shoulder and everything, and telling him to kill her, and then he dissipates, and instead, behind him is his wife. And he's unable to kill Sagiri. But that was basically what this whole thing was about. It was about his emotions. And how, he says, oh, he has emotions of hatred. But there's more than that. And that's basically where we're at. So now, This fight concludes with nothing really happening. He doesn't kill Sagiri, and they're on their way. Another group who is, what's that guy's name? Gotta look it up again. My apologies. My apologies. Ganten Susai? I butchered that name. I'm sorry. Well, he's with the executioner Fuchi. And they encounter, oh my god, this episode, the second half. They encounter these butterflies with human faces. And one stings him and he cuts off his hand. And his hand literally deforms. I was like, what? Then these centipedes come out with fingers for teeth. And then there's this giant with legs coming out of his eyes. I was like, what is this? And even more insane things happening. We have Gabimaru fighting this thing that has 6 arms, 2 legs, and the head of a fish. Huh? Very weird, very bizarre. This show is off the freaking rails. I'm telling you guys right now. It is off the rails. You have to watch it to believe it. It's insane. But like I said, 9 out of 10, unfortunately, because, I mean, the rope thing, I can let that pass, but kind of not showing that fight, how he killed this dude. I'm sorry, man. You're doing a disservice. But regardless of the fact, this was a very good episode. So now, 3 episodes in, we have our marching orders here. We see where this show is going. So whatever criminals remain, they're going to go around and try to find this elixir. Now, obviously now, it becomes a more dramatic situation for Gabimaru because now his clan is after the elixir too. So in order for him to get the pardon, he has to find the elixir before they do. So if they come on the island, most likely he's going to fucking kill him. He's going to kill him. Simple as that. He's not going to let anyone, he's going to get what needs to be done. But you see that this Sagiri and Gabimaru, they've formed a pact. They formed a understanding of each other. Of she basically telling him, prove that you know, can earn the right to live, to earn your life, basically. That's what this is all about. But you can clearly see that, which I kind of like. I like this whole story of this character, Gabimaru, going from being a killer, assassin ninja to he has a wife and he has something to go home to. I like this story. I like how it's being molded in the show. It's very beautiful. Not the island, though. It's crazy, man. Yo. But I really like how it's going. 9 out of 10. Definitely, people, if you're not on board by episode 3, there is something wrong with you. It really is. There's something wrong with you. Tomorrow night's going to be, obviously, Gundam. That's another show. And I'll try to get to the shows I've been neglecting. Because, you know, I still haven't done Tales of Outcast and Eternity. But we'll get to those. This is Babankan I-22. You don't want to mess with Gabimaru. This guy will freaking kill you, even with his hands tied. I'll see you guys later. Peace.